shocking post-credit scene in Spider-Man Far From Home makes me think, has Nick Fury always been a Skrull? Also, this is big-time spoilers for Spider-Man Far From Home. So please watch with caution. If you haven't seen it, please leave this video. Okay, so basically I have this whole theory that I've been thinking about for quite some time, since the moment I found out that Nick Fury was a Skrull in Spider-Man Far From Home and wasn't really Nick Fury. It's still so mind-blowing, but now I have this whole theory that Nick could have been a Skrull since essentially after Captain America Winter Soldier. And the first reason I think Nick Fury has been a Skrull this whole time is in Captain America Winter Soldier. So, in Captain America Winter Soldier, you obviously know that Nick Fury is shot and quote-unquote killed. And as we all know, he is not dead, and in fact, probably went to be with the Skrulls. He probably went on their spaceship or something. And my second reason Nick Fury could be a Skrull is in the next movie with him is Avengers Age of Ultron, where we see Nick Fury eating a sandwich cut diagonally. And in my next reason for me thinking Nick Fury is a Skrull, which makes more sense why I had to point out that it was cut diagonally, the sandwich, is in Captain Marvel. In a scene in the movie Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, and Nick Fury are talking, and they are trying to make sure that they are humans and not a Skrull that is pretending to be a human. So they ask questions that Skrulls would not know the answer to, aka things that are from their past memories, not past life, but far back from their life and not recent memories. As you saw, Nick said this line that shocked everyone and changes every way we think. And he says, if toast is cut diagonally, I can't eat it.
Toast is cut diagonally, I can't eat it.
This is quite a shocking line since we have just seen Nick eating the sandwich diagonally cut in Avengers Age of Ultron. This is also such a big shock because if you don't already know, Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s and Avengers Age of Ultron takes place in the 2015 area. So that means that he could have been pretending to be a Skrull this whole time. That could be such a long time period. So, wow. And for my last reason to conclude that Nick Fury is a Skrull is in Spider-Man Far From Home, where we find out that he is a Skrull. In the post-credit scene, we find out that in the whole Spider-Man Far From Home movie was not Nick Fury at all, and in fact he was a familiar face from Captain Marvel. The Skrull, Talos, and his wife, who was taking the form of Maria Hill, another S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. While this was all happening, Nick Fury, the actual Nick Fury, was on a Skrull ship, which seemed to be deep in space. So possibly he could have been in space and on Skrull ship since Captain America Winter Soldier. Also, if you don't already know, Talos the Skrull, who was taking the form of Nick Fury, always wanted a normal life. So he could have been pretending to be Nick Fury since Captain America Winter Soldier because he wanted a normal life, and people know that he knows that people will accept him because it's Nick Fury. I mean, come on. And the real Nick would have been on his vacation in space. Also, in Spider-Man Far From Home post-credit scene, we see Talos say something along these lines. I can't really remember how it was said, but he says something along these lines. We need you to come back and continue the Avengers initiative. Something like that. Basically, if he didn't say it, he basically meant it. We all knew it. And he says that to Nick Fury, by the way, if you don't already know. And I'm just going to end it there with you guys a little cliffhanger. So please make sure to hit that red button labeled subscribe and turn it into a gray button. And If you thought this video was awesome like I did, then go ahead and give it a like. Okay, that's all. Don't forget to have a magical day.